Buddhism offers profound insights that help us cultivate a sense of positivity and inner peace, even in the face of life's challenges. This lesson is aimed at enhancing your mental and emotional well-being, serving as a comprehensive guide for anyone seeking a calmer, more conscious, and joyful existence. The journey unfolds in 10 transformative steps, each rooted in Buddhist principles to support your spiritual growth and personal development. Before we start the video, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. At the end, if you find this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Step 1. The power of mindfulness and positivity. In Buddhism, mindfulness, sati, is regarded as the foundation of all spiritual growth. It is the practice of bringing one's attention fully into the present moment, observing thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations with an open, non-judgmental awareness. This state of heightened consciousness helps you break free from automatic, reactive patterns of thinking and feeling. By cultivating mindfulness, you gain clarity and insight into the workings of your mind, allowing you to observe thoughts as they arise without being swept away by them. Mindfulness empowers you to detach from negative thought patterns like worry, fear, or regret, which often stem from ruminating on the past or projecting into the future. Instead, you develop the ability to ground yourself in the present, where true peace and joy reside. This mental discipline opens a space within your mind where seeds of positivity can take root and grow. By focusing on the here and now, you allow your mind to experience the richness of each moment, whether it's in a simple activity like washing dishes, walking, or even just breathing. The Buddha often described mindfulness as a way to dwell in the present moment, as this moment is where life truly happens. By bringing awareness to the present, mindfulness helps you escape the endless cycle of dissatisfaction driven by craving for something different from what is. As you observe your thoughts without attachment, you become less reactive to external events and internal emotions. This practice allows you to accept life as it is, leading to a profound sense of peace and contentment. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily life transforms even the most mundane activities into opportunities for growth and joy. When eating, for example, mindfulness allows you to fully experience the texture, taste, and aroma of the food, turning a routine meal into a moment of deep appreciation. Walking becomes a meditation in motion, where each step can ground you in the present, connecting you with the earth beneath your feet. This shift in awareness helps you realize that joy and peace are not distant goals to be attained, but can be found in the ordinary, everyday moments of life. Moreover, mindfulness is not just about passive observation but also about cultivating positive mental states. As you become more mindful, you begin to notice the patterns of negative thoughts and can consciously replace them with thoughts of gratitude, compassion, and love. This process nurtures a positive mindset, fostering resilience and inner strength. You develop the ability to maintain calm and composure even in the midst of life's challenges, as mindfulness enables you to respond to difficulties with wisdom and patience rather than react impulsively. Mindfulness also protects you from the influence of negative emotions like anger, frustration, or anxiety by allowing you to observe these emotions as temporary states that arise and pass away. Instead of being consumed by them, mindfulness helps you develop a more balanced perspective, recognizing that all emotions are impermanent. This understanding brings a sense of freedom as you realize that you are not defined by your emotions or thoughts. You can choose to focus on the positive aspects of life even during difficult times and maintain a sense of inner peace. In essence, mindfulness is a powerful tool that enables you to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and equanimity. It helps you connect more deeply with the present moment, fostering an attitude of gratitude and appreciation for the simple beauty of life. As you continue to practice mindfulness, you cultivate a mental environment where positivity can flourish, leading to a more joyful, peaceful, and fulfilling life. This practice not only nurtures your well-being, but also supports your spiritual growth, as it brings you closer to the core Buddhist teaching of being fully awake to the present reality. Step 2. Gratitude as a spiritual practice. In Buddhism, gratitude, katanyuta, is more than just a polite gesture. It becomes a profound spiritual practice when it is approached with mindfulness and awareness. Gratitude is the recognition of the interconnectedness of all beings and the understanding that our lives are shaped by countless acts of kindness, effort, and support from others. When practiced consciously, gratitude leads to a deep sense of appreciation for everything we encounter in life, from the smallest moments to the most significant experiences. Buddhism teaches that all life is interconnected through dependent origination, paticca-samuppada. The idea that everything arises in dependence on other factors. This insight helps us realize that nothing in our lives is truly independent. From the food we eat to the relationships we have, all of these experiences exist because of the contributions of countless beings and conditions. When we begin to recognize this interdependence, we develop a sense of humility and appreciation for the unseen forces that sustain us. Gratitude, then, becomes a way to acknowledge this vast web of connections and to honor the role that others play in our well-being. By practicing gratitude, we train our minds to shift from a focus on what is lacking to what is already abundant in our lives. Instead of dwelling on unmet desires or frustrations, we learn to see the blessings that surround us, no matter how small. This shift in perspective opens our hearts and minds to the beauty of everyday moments, transforming even mundane tasks into opportunities for appreciation. For example, when we eat a meal, we can pause to reflect on the effort of the farmers, the cooks, the transporters, and nature itself in bringing the food to our table. This simple act of reflection fills us with a sense of gratitude that enriches our daily experiences. Gratitude also plays a key role in cultivating santutthi, or contentment. Contentment is not about passive resignation, but about embracing the present moment and recognizing the sufficiency of what we already have. In a world driven by consumerism and the endless pursuit of more, cultivating contentment through gratitude helps counter the tendency to constantly seek external sources of happiness. Buddhism teaches that this constant craving, tanha, is a source of suffering, as it creates an insatiable desire for more and leads to dissatisfaction. Gratitude, on the other hand, breaks this cycle by focusing on the abundance already present in our lives, reducing the need for external validation or material accumulation. As a spiritual practice, gratitude helps deepen our connection to the present moment. When we appreciate what we have, we are less likely to be consumed by anxiety about the future or regrets about the past. Gratitude roots us in the here and now, where life is unfolding in all its richness. This sense of presence allows us to fully experience the joys and gifts that each moment offers, bringing a sense of peace and fulfillment. We begin to realize that happiness is not found in the next achievement or possession, but in the simple, often overlooked aspects of our daily existence. Moreover, gratitude nurtures a sense of joy and generosity. When we feel thankful for the kindness and support we receive from others, we naturally feel inclined to extend that kindness to others in return. Gratitude transforms the way we interact with the world, fostering a spirit of giving rather than taking. This creates a cycle of positive energy, where both giving and receiving become acts of joy and connection. The more we express gratitude, the more we recognize the abundance in our lives, and the more we are inspired to share that abundance with others. In Buddhism, the practice of gratitude also helps cultivate metta, loving kindness, and karuna, compassion. When we appreciate the efforts of others, we develop a greater sense of empathy and compassion for their struggles and joys. Gratitude opens our hearts to the suffering and happiness of others, making us more sensitive to their needs and more willing to help alleviate their burdens. This sense of shared humanity strengthens our relationships and deepens our connection to all beings. Ultimately, gratitude as a spiritual practice leads to inner transformation. It shifts our focus from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance, from a sense of separateness to one of interconnectedness. As we cultivate gratitude, we come to understand that everything in life, every person, every experience, every challenge, is a gift that contributes to our growth and well-being. This understanding fosters a deep sense of peace, contentment, and joy, as we learn to see the sacred in everyday life. By integrating gratitude into your spiritual practice, you create a more compassionate and appreciative outlook on life. This practice not only enhances your personal well-being, but also strengthens your connection to others and to the world around you. It transforms how you experience life, allowing you to embrace each moment with openness, acceptance, and a deep sense of appreciation. Step 3. Self-compassion and loving kindness. In Buddhism, the practice of metta, or loving kindness, is a central teaching, encouraging the cultivation of unconditional love and goodwill toward all beings. However, what is often overlooked is that metta applies equally to oneself. Self-compassion is an essential aspect of this practice, where you learn to offer yourself the same kindness, care, and understanding that you extend to others. This step focuses on developing karuna, compassion, for yourself, embracing your imperfections, and nurturing inner peace through gentle self-acceptance. Self-compassion begins with acknowledging that, like all human beings, you are imperfect and will inevitably encounter moments of difficulty, failure, or frustration. Rather than responding to these moments with harsh self-criticism, which is common in today's fast-paced, achievement-driven world, Buddhism encourages you to meet these experiences with kindness and understanding. In the same way you would comfort a friend in need, you learn to offer yourself support and encouragement during times of struggle. A key aspect of self-compassion is embracing imperfections. Buddhism teaches that suffering and imperfection are inherent parts of the human experience. Instead of striving for unrealistic standards of perfection, self-compassion encourages you to accept yourself as you are, recognizing that your flaws and mistakes do not define your worth. By accepting your humanity and allowing space for growth, you free yourself from the cycle of self-judgment and cultivate an environment of self-love and healing. In moments of failure or disappointment, it is easy to fall into the trap of negative self-talk, where you berate yourself for not measuring up to expectations. Buddhism advises replacing these harsh inner dialogues with gentler, more compassionate thoughts. This is where the practice of positive self-talk comes in, as you consciously choose words that uplift and empower you, rather than ones that tear you down. For example, when you make a mistake, instead of thinking, "I'm such a failure," you might say, "It's okay to make mistakes. This is part of learning and growing." By transforming your inner dialogue, you begin to foster a healthier self-esteem and a more resilient mindset. Incorporating affirmations into your daily life is another way to practice self-compassion. Affirmations are positive statements that reinforce your worth and potential, helping to reshape how you perceive yourself. They can be as simple as, "I am enough," or "I deserve kindness." By regularly affirming your intrinsic value, you strengthen your sense of self-worth, making it easier to maintain a positive and compassionate relationship with yourself. Over time, these affirmations can help shift your mindset from self-doubt to self-confidence. Practicing metta toward oneself also involves recognizing that you are deserving of the same compassion and care that you offer others. Often, people are quick to show kindness and understanding to their friends and loved ones, yet are much harsher when dealing with their own shortcomings. Self-compassion asks you to extend the same warmth and gentleness toward yourself, especially in moments of vulnerability or pain. This doesn't mean indulging in self-pity or avoiding responsibility. Rather, it means approaching yourself with empathy and patience, recognizing your inherent value even when things go wrong. The Buddha taught that true compassion must begin with the self, because it is only when you cultivate a compassionate heart within that you can fully extend it to others. This practice helps dissolve feelings of unworthiness or inadequacy, replacing them with a sense of inner calm and acceptance. When you practice self-compassion, you develop a more stable, balanced emotional state, which enhances your ability to navigate the challenges of life with greater ease and resilience. Self-compassion also nurtures a deeper sense of inner peace. When you stop battling yourself and instead approach your experiences with kindness, you create an internal environment that fosters calm and well-being. You begin to trust in your own ability to heal and grow, knowing that you are worthy of love and respect. This inner peace radiates outward, positively affecting your interactions with others and enhancing your overall sense of happiness and fulfillment. In Buddhism, metta is traditionally cultivated through a practice called loving kindness meditation. In this meditation, you focus on sending thoughts of love, kindness, and well-being first to yourself, then to others, beginning with those closest to you, extending to acquaintances, and finally, to all sentient beings. By including yourself in this practice, you reinforce the understanding that you, too, are worthy of unconditional love. This practice not only strengthens your self-compassion, but also deepens your connection to others, as you cultivate a universal sense of kindness and goodwill. Step 4. The body as a temple. In Buddhism, the body is viewed not merely as a physical vessel, but as a sacred vehicle through which spiritual practice is carried out. The Buddha taught the importance of caring for the body with mindfulness and respect, recognizing that a healthy body supports a calm and focused mind, essential for spiritual growth. This step highlights the importance of treating your body as a temple, nurturing it with proper nutrition, regular exercise, and mental well-being to create a foundation for inner peace and spiritual development. The Buddha himself advocated for the middle way, Majjhima Padapada, a path of moderation between indulgence and extreme asceticism. This teaching reflects the importance of balance in caring for the body. While Buddhism acknowledges that the body is impermanent and subject to decay, it also recognizes that a well-maintained body is vital for maintaining mental clarity and focus, which are necessary for deepening spiritual practice. The food we consume has a direct impact on both our physical health and mental clarity. In Buddhism, mindful eating is encouraged as a way to nourish the body while remaining fully aware of the interconnectedness of life. The Buddha emphasized moderation and mindfulness in eating, encouraging practitioners to consume only what is necessary to sustain the body without overindulgence. By being mindful of what we eat, we recognize the impact food has on our energy levels, mood, and overall well-being. Mindful eating also cultivates gratitude, as we reflect on the effort and interconnectedness involved in bringing the food to our table. From the farmers to the cooks and the earth itself. By choosing nutritious, whole foods that support physical health, we honor our bodies and give them the fuel they need to function optimally. A balanced diet provides the energy necessary to engage in spiritual practices like meditation, while also helping to stabilize emotions and maintain mental focus. Just as proper nutrition is essential for physical health, regular exercise is crucial for maintaining the body's vitality. In Buddhism, the body is often seen as a tool for spiritual development, and exercise can be viewed as an act of care for this tool. Regular physical activity not only strengthens the body, but also helps clear the mind, reduces stress, and fosters a sense of discipline. Exercise can be a form of mindfulness in itself. Practices like yoga, tai chi, or walking meditation combine physical movement with mindful awareness, fostering a deep connection between the body and mind. These activities help release tension, promote flexibility, and enhance physical and mental well-being. By moving the body with mindfulness and intention, we create a harmonious relationship between our physical and spiritual selves. Exercise also serves as a metaphor for spiritual practice. Just as we must be consistent and dedicated to maintain physical health, spiritual growth requires ongoing effort and discipline. Caring for the body through regular movement supports not only physical longevity, but also the mental stamina needed for meditation and other forms of spiritual practice. In Buddhism, the body and mind are deeply interconnected, and mental health is as important as physical health. Caring for the mind involves engaging in practices that cultivate calm, clarity, and emotional well-being. This includes mindfulness meditation, which trains the mind to remain present and centered, reducing the impact of stress and anxiety. The Buddha emphasized the importance of mental hygiene, advising his followers to be mindful of the thoughts they entertain and the mental habits they develop. Negative emotions such as anger, greed, and hatred can disturb both the mind and the body, leading to stress and illness. By practicing mindfulness and loving-kindness meditation, we cleanse the mind of harmful thoughts and cultivate states of peace, compassion, and equanimity. Mental care also involves managing stress and ensuring adequate rest. Sleep is often overlooked, but is a vital component of overall health. Just as the body needs proper nutrition and exercise, it also requires sufficient rest to recover and rejuvenate. By ensuring that we get enough sleep, we allow our bodies and minds to repair and prepare for the day ahead. Mental health practices, such as meditation, breathing exercises, and relaxation techniques, help reduce stress and promote emotional stability, further enhancing physical well-being. The Buddha's middle way emphasizes balance in all aspects of life, including the care of the body. This approach avoids both extremes of neglect and overindulgence. While it is important to nourish and exercise the body, it is equally important not to become overly attached to it or obsessed with physical appearance. The body is a tool for spiritual practice, and treating it with care means respecting its needs without becoming fixated on perfection or external validation. This balanced approach fosters a healthy relationship with the body, where we honor its role in our spiritual journey without identifying too closely with it. Recognizing that the body is impermanent, we care for it as a temporary home for the mind and spirit. By living in balance, we cultivate harmony between body and mind, allowing both to thrive in support of our spiritual aspirations. Treating the body as a temple means caring for it with the same respect and mindfulness we bring to our spiritual practice. By nourishing the body with wholesome food, engaging in regular exercise, and tending to our mental health, we create a stable and supportive foundation for spiritual growth. The Buddha's teaching of the middle way reminds us to approach the care of the body with balance and moderation, recognizing its importance in our journey toward inner peace and enlightenment. When we treat the body with kindness and respect, we not only enhance our physical well-being, but also support our ability to engage in deeper spiritual practice. A healthy body fosters a healthy mind, and together, they create the conditions necessary for cultivating mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom. In this way, the body becomes a true vehicle for awakening, a sacred temple, through which we nurture both our physical and spiritual selves. Step 5. Embracing change and personal growth. In Buddhism, impermanence, anicca, is one of the fundamental truths of existence. Everything in life is constantly changing: our bodies, our emotions, our relationships, and even the world around us. Recognizing and accepting this truth is essential for spiritual and emotional growth. In this step, you learn to embrace change rather than resist it, viewing it as an opportunity for growth and transformation rather than a source of fear or discomfort. Buddhism teaches that resistance to change often leads to suffering. When we cling to the idea that things should stay the same, whether it's our relationships, circumstances, or personal identity, we create attachment to fixed outcomes. This attachment sets us up for disappointment, as reality inevitably shifts and transforms. By learning to accept impermanence, we free ourselves from the suffering caused by clinging and open up to the possibility of personal growth and deeper understanding. Impermanence, anicca, is the understanding that everything in life is in a state of constant flux. Nothing remains the same forever, and trying to hold on to the past or resist change only leads to frustration and pain. The Buddha taught that accepting this reality allows us to approach life with greater flexibility and openness. When we embrace impermanence, we stop seeing change as a threat and start viewing it as a natural part of life. This shift in perspective enables us to approach new experiences with curiosity and adaptability. Rather than fearing the unknown or clinging to what is familiar, we begin to trust in the process of change, knowing that it is through change that growth occurs. Embracing change requires a willingness to step out of your comfort zone and explore new possibilities. In Buddhist teachings, this often means letting go of fixed ideas about who you are or how your life should unfold. By releasing these rigid concepts, you create space for new experiences, perspectives, and opportunities for growth. Personal growth happens when we challenge ourselves to try new things, face our fears, and step into unfamiliar territory. Whether it's learning a new skill, engaging in a difficult conversation, or making a significant life change, these experiences push us to evolve. Buddhism encourages us to face change with courage, seeing it not as a disruption, but as a path to greater wisdom and self-awareness. As you practice embracing change, you'll likely discover that what initially feels uncomfortable or uncertain often leads to valuable lessons. Each new experience becomes a stepping stone for deeper understanding and personal transformation. You learn to cultivate resilience, adaptability, and an open heart as you navigate the twists and turns of life. In Buddhism, attachment, upadana, is seen as one of the root causes of suffering. We often become attached to things, people, ideas, or outcomes, believing that they will bring us lasting happiness. However, because everything is impermanent, these attachments can lead to sadness when circumstances change or we don't achieve the desired result. By learning to release these attachments, we free ourselves from the suffering that arises when things don't go according to plan. This doesn't mean detaching from life or becoming indifferent. Rather, it means cultivating a mindset of non-attachment, where we appreciate and engage fully with life's experiences without clinging to them. Letting go of rigid expectations allows you to flow with life's natural rhythm, making it easier to adapt when things change. This practice of non-attachment also extends to your personal identity and self-image. We often cling to fixed ideas about who we are, defining ourselves by our roles, accomplishments, or relationships. Buddhism teaches that the self is not a static entity but is constantly evolving. By releasing attachments to these fixed identities, you allow yourself the freedom to grow and change as life unfolds. When you embrace change, you open yourself to new experiences and perspectives that can deepen your understanding of the world and yourself. Change often brings opportunities for learning and growth that would not have been possible if things had stayed the same. By welcoming these opportunities, you expand your horizons and develop greater insight into life's complexities. In Buddhist practice, this openness to change is often linked with the cultivation of wisdom, Pinyu. Wisdom arises from seeing things as they truly are, free from the distortions of attachment or aversion. When you embrace change, you begin to see the world with greater clarity, recognizing that all experiences, both pleasant and unpleasant, have the potential to teach you something valuable. Step 6. The Middle Path and Attainable Goals. The Buddha's teaching of the middle way, Majjhima Papada, is a profound principle that encourages balance in all aspects of life. This approach guides you to avoid extremes, whether in indulgence or self-denial, and instead find a harmonious path that supports both physical well-being and spiritual growth. In this step, you apply the wisdom of the middle way to goal setting, learning how to set realistic, attainable objectives that align with your values without causing unnecessary stress or overwhelm. The middle way arose from the Buddha's own life experience. After living as a prince surrounded by luxury and then as an ascetic practicing extreme deprivation, he realized that neither extreme led to true peace or enlightenment. The middle way emerged as a balanced path between self-indulgence and severe austerity, one that supports sustainable growth and well-being. In goal setting, this principle translates to finding balance between ambition and contentment. Setting goals is essential for personal development, but when they are too ambitious or rigid, they can lead to frustration, burnout, or self-criticism. On the other hand, not having goals at all can result in stagnation or a lack of direction. The middle way encourages you to set goals that are challenging yet achievable, ambitious yet realistic, so that they inspire growth while allowing you to maintain inner peace. In following the middle way, goal setting should reflect moderation, ensuring that the goals you pursue align with your capabilities, resources, and current circumstances. Unrealistic goals can create pressure and stress, often leading to disappointment or a sense of failure if they are not achieved. To avoid this, Buddhism teaches the importance of setting attainable goals, those that are within reach yet still push you toward growth. Begin by reflecting on what truly matters to you, aligning your goals with your core values and spiritual practice. When your goals are grounded in what you genuinely care about, You feel more motivated and fulfilled as you work toward them. For instance, a goal to cultivate more compassion might lead you to volunteer or practice loving-kindness meditation, while a goal to live more mindfully could inspire a daily meditation or mindfulness practice. It's also helpful to break larger goals into smaller, manageable steps. This not only makes the process less overwhelming, but also allows you to experience a sense of accomplishment along the way. Each small step builds momentum, fostering a feeling of progress and keeping you motivated. For example, if your goal is to improve your physical health, instead of attempting drastic changes, you might start with small, consistent habits like walking daily or adjusting your diet one meal at a time. Just as the middle way cautions against extremes, the same principle applies when setting goals. It's easy to fall into the trap of perfectionism, where you feel the need to achieve your goals quickly or flawlessly. This all-or-nothing approach can lead to stress, burnout, and disappointment. On the other hand, being too lenient with yourself can result in complacency or lack of progress. The middle way encourages you to avoid both extremes by setting goals that stretch your abilities without overwhelming you. This balanced approach allows you to pursue personal development in a sustainable and joyful way. You learn to celebrate progress without fixating on perfection, understanding that growth is a continuous process, not a destination. Buddhism teaches the importance of patience, khanti, and perseverance, virya, when working toward any goal. While it's natural to desire quick results, the middle way emphasizes steady, gradual progress over time. This mindset helps you cultivate patience, knowing that meaningful change often takes time and effort. By focusing on consistent, mindful effort, you avoid the stress of rushing to reach a goal and instead embrace the journey itself as part of your growth. When obstacles arise, perseverance becomes crucial. Rather than becoming discouraged or giving up, you can draw on the teachings of resilience and determination, understanding that setbacks are a natural part of the path. The middle way teaches that obstacles are opportunities for learning and self-reflection. By meeting challenges with patience and persistence, you develop inner strength and wisdom that carry you forward in both your personal and spiritual development. An essential aspect of the middle way is maintaining inner peace and mindfulness even while working toward goals. In many modern approaches to goal setting, the focus is often on achieving results, which can lead to stress, anxiety, or frustration if things don't go as planned. Buddhism, however, encourages a mindset of non-attachment to outcomes. This doesn't mean abandoning goals, but rather approaching them with an open mind and heart, accepting that the path may unfold in unexpected ways. By practicing mindfulness, you stay present and engaged in the process of working toward your goals, rather than becoming overly focused on the end result. This mindfulness keeps you grounded in the present moment, helping you appreciate the journey and remain at peace regardless of whether you achieve the outcome you initially envisioned. The middle way reminds you that true fulfillment comes not from achieving external goals, but from the inner growth and peace you cultivate along the way. One of the gifts of the middle way is that it allows for continuous growth without overwhelm. By setting attainable goals that align with your values and capabilities, you create a sustainable path for personal and spiritual development. Each small accomplishment contributes to a sense of ongoing progress, fostering both self-confidence and humility. At the same time, you avoid the trap of pushing yourself too hard, which can lead to burnout or dissatisfaction. Instead, you follow a balanced path where you grow at your own pace, honoring both your limitations and your potential. This approach supports long-term well-being, allowing you to thrive without sacrificing inner peace. Step 7. Nurturing joy through purposeful action. In Buddhism, living in alignment with your Dhamma, your purpose or truth, is considered essential for cultivating lasting joy and inner peace. Dhamma refers to the fundamental truth or natural law that governs the universe, and it also encompasses the personal path each individual is meant to follow in their spiritual journey. When your actions align with your deepest values, beliefs, and sense of purpose, you experience a profound sense of fulfillment. This step emphasizes the importance of engaging in purposeful action. which nurtures joy and fosters spiritual harmony. Dhamma represents the truth of how things are, and each person's Dhamma is unique, reflecting their true nature and the path they are meant to walk. In Buddhism, living in accordance with Dhamma means acting in ways that are in harmony with your highest principles and the greater good. When your actions align with your purpose, you naturally experience a sense of joy, peace, and contentment. Purposeful action is about more than simply achieving goals or fulfilling duties. It's about living authentically and allowing your deeper values to guide your decisions and actions. Buddhism teaches that true joy arises not from external circumstances, but from inner alignment with your purpose. This alignment creates a sense of meaning and fulfillment that sustains you even through life's challenges. To engage in purposeful action, it's important to first identify the values and beliefs that guide your life. Reflect on what truly matters to you, whether it's compassion, wisdom, kindness, or another virtue. These values serve as the foundation for living a purposeful life. Once you've identified them, you can begin to align your daily actions with these core principles. For example, if compassion is one of your guiding values, you might choose to engage in acts of service, offer kindness to others, or practice loving-kindness meditation. If mindfulness is a central value, you may cultivate more presence in your everyday activities. When your actions are rooted in your values, they carry a sense of meaning and fulfillment, creating a deeper connection between your outer actions and inner self. Buddhism encourages engaging in activities that bring joy and a sense of fulfillment. But this joy is different from the fleeting pleasure often associated with material gain or sensory indulgence. Instead, it's a more profound, lasting sense of joy that arises when your actions are aligned with your purpose. These activities can be as simple as spending time in nature, practicing meditation, helping others, or pursuing creative endeavors. By choosing to engage in actions that resonate with your Dhamma, you nurture your soul and cultivate lasting contentment. Purposeful actions are those that nourish your spirit, allowing you to grow in wisdom and compassion. Whether it's through work, relationships, or personal interests, you can infuse your life with meaning by focusing on what genuinely brings you joy. For example, if you feel deeply connected to the environment, engaging in activities that promote sustainability and environmental awareness can bring a sense of fulfillment. If teaching or sharing knowledge resonates with you, finding ways to mentor others or educate can give you a sense of purpose. The key is to focus on actions that align with who you truly are and what brings you a sense of harmony. When your actions reflect your core values and purpose, you create a sense of spiritual harmony. This harmony is the result of living in integrity with yourself, where your thoughts, words, and deeds are aligned. This alignment dissolves inner conflict and promotes peace of mind, as you no longer feel torn between competing desires or societal pressures. Spiritual harmony is not about achieving perfection, but about consistently making choices that resonate with your true nature. It involves listening to your inner wisdom and honoring your unique path, rather than being swayed by external expectations or distractions. When you live in alignment with your purpose, you experience a sense of flow and ease, where your actions feel natural and fulfilling. In this way, you cultivate lasting peace and a profound sense of liberation.